Well, it must have been quite a few years ago, and I think probably somebody at some point just flagged up a particular TED talk for me. It would have been probably, Cameron Sinclair's talk in 2006, which I think he was a winner for that year. Cameron Sinclair, the founder of Architecture for Humanity.
I mean, people send these things around, right? Like every now and then. I think 2 or 3 years ago, people suddenly started to send around all these TED Talks. And the first one I saw was actually this dance that I talked about earlier. And I really liked that. I think that was really a long time ago, like 5 years or something.
My very first TED experience was just a sleepless night where I started to YouTube and then found, I think, really, I have no idea, it was how to fold a t-shirt properly. And I thought, oh, how fun is that? But then of course I saw the other ones and I saw how many topics there are. And I think then I spent 3 hours watching the TED Talks there.
So on the one hand, I have a good friend who's very fan of TEDx, and he's also doing like courses on storytelling and then global agenda, so he uses a lot of TEDx material. And the second point was usually, I think I've seen that when I was flying quite often. People in front of me were sitting with the computers and on the airplane and just watching TEDx lectures, and I thought, well, that's a cool idea. I mean, it's the short format that would allow you to use it also in breaks or in times when you're not necessarily studying. And so for me, TEDx is very much practiced on flights.
I mean, the other great thing is now there's a legacy, and so you can go and look. You can go on the web and check out some of the earlier ones, because they're all there.
I mean, the concept is pretty cool, right? I don't think anything like that existed before in the sense that it could spread that fast as well. I mean, the whole online part and that everything is publicly available, I think it's really it can be quite an eye-opener, and it can broaden your mind, especially when you look at the ones that are about complicated things that I know nothing about. I mean, I usually don't watch them either because I won't understand it anyway, but I guess it's pretty cool that you have all these things about really hard science that is now being shared, and at the same time you have this social component or societal component and the arts. I think it works really well, and apparently everybody wants to be a part of it. If you look at how fast this thing sold out without people even knowing what's happening, I mean, it's a very strong brand, I guess.